Alright. Let's continue. Yes, we want to set aside sufficient time. Dawn of a due tomorrow. Welcome back, and may I congratulate you on Lamont's victory in the Bride of Succession. It was our great honor to host the comrades of our future Dawn servant. Such a grand journey has doubtless left you fatigued. Please relax and enjoy your stay. Well, it's just going to be a bunch of cutscenes, I guess. Sometime later. Alright, you see me? I suppose it's only natural. They could have cut. They could have placed this, to be honest. Yeah, come in. I haven't properly thanked you. That my sister was able to realize her potential is testament to the quality of her traveling companions, particularly you. For that, you have my heartfelt gratitude. She might have. Lamont did all the work. I was just moral support. My primary business and calling is to deliver a message from Lamati. As you well know, after the Ascension ceremony, she will officially take up the mantle of Dawn Servant. She has expressed a desire for you to accept a post within her administration, while making no mention of me. You needn't decide immediately. My sister will broach the matter with you again after the ceremony. Whether you continue to assist Lamati or not is up to you. That is all, if you'll excuse me. You have become someone irreplaceable to her. As her brother, I acknowledge that with no little jealousy. But believe me when I say that I hope you will stay by her side. As long as it doesn't get in the way of what I need to do. And thus it arrived. It's the day of the Ascension ceremony. I was like, what's arriving? The end? But no, it's the day of the Ascension. They did say it would take a few days. Set it all up. Do they
What
even
a
know?
crowd, as befits the changing of Dawn servants.
Ah.
It's starting.
Yes. It has begun! Oh.
The Dawn Servant!
Look! He's here!
The head of reason is resting again. Thought he'd grace us for this occasion at least.
People of Tuliolal, you honor us with your presence.
Something doesn't feel right about that other head.
For on this auspicious day, we witness the dusking of one era and the dawning of the next. The succession of Dawn's servants. But I've talked for long enough. Allow me to present a claimant whose determination, wisdom, and compassion guided them to triumph and the city of gold.
We don't know.
My daughter, Wook Lamat. Huzzah! Huzzah!
Long live the Dawn Servant! Long live Tuliolal!
Growing up in this city, I used to think I knew all there was to know about Tuliolal. But my journey showed me how much I had yet to learn about the cultures, histories, and aspirations of this nation. Through the time-honored Ihana, the Hanuhanu taught me how they nourish and cultivate both the land and their bonds with visitors. And with their alpacas and tradecraft, the Pelupelu showed me the depths of their patience and fortitude, to know when to push through and when not to push your luck. From the Moblins and their artisans, I gained insight into the power of creativity, that it is when we are filled with passion and bolstered by the support of others that we produce our best works. And in Kozamauka, I was moved by the history and hopes of the Yokhui, who believe that death isn't the end, that we live on so long as we're remembered. I felt joy and harmony in Yaktel when I tasted Shebruk Pibil, the dish that marked the beginning of peace between the Shebral and Mamulja after centuries of warfare. And I felt sorrow in Mamuk when I met with those who placed their faith in the promise of blessed siblings, and for this were burdened with great suffering. Through the understanding we forged, I'm hopeful that they will find what they seek through friendship and community, for we are all Turali.
Understanding with Mamuk? What sorcery did she use on them?
All of which is to say that, as I've come to know our nation, I've seen the ways in which we thrive, and the ways in which we still struggle. Some in Kozamauka must resort to banditry to survive. A faction of Yokhui still cling to dreams of conquest. Not everyone lives in peace and plenty. And there's still so much of Tuliolal I don't know. Places I haven't seen, and people I haven't met. That's why I hope to keep learning about and from you, that we might build a nation where everyone knows happiness. Because if there's one thing my journey has taught me, It's that your happiness is my happiness. I say mine, but the Dawn Servant doesn't need to be a single person, does it?
Oh dear. What is she doing?
I don't think I want to know.
Yeah. My father led Tulihiolau to prosperity by the resolve and reason of his 2 heads. But my 1 head can only get us so far. To further change our nation for the better, I'll need someone else. Someone with the knowledge and insight that I lack.
Don't say me. Please.
So what do you say? Be Dawn Servant with me, Kona.
So worried about not being part of the as one of the administrators. It's like you're about to take.
Mamachi,
What's that?
are you certain?
Absolutely. You take reason, and I take resolve. Together, we make a full Dawn Servant.
You'll have no objections from me, of course. But mine is not the approval you need.
During my time abroad, I experienced the benefits of foreign technologies, some of which I introduced to our nation. Dirigibles now soar the sky in the south, while locomotives traverse the land in the north. I was convinced that by imitating foreign powers, we could assert our strength and thereby deter invasion. Yet despite my intentions, I failed to understand what I was too eager to cast aside, and the very people I wish to protect. My own journey has taught me that culture isn't a hindrance to progress, but a shared value that binds us, connecting lives and generations. With your blessing, I vow to help Tulihiolau prosper in a way that honors the hopes and heritage of all her peoples. My esteemed predecessor would accept nothing less. For ultimately, I harbor the same wish as my sister. To give you cause to smile. That is my heartfelt desire.
Glad this didn't go to waste.
This was rigged from the beginning. Oh.
This is the Lay of Legacy, the part of the Tulihyola saga where you and I become the next Dawn Servant.
Good heavens! Don't tell me this is what kept you so busy ahead of the ceremony.
Just so you know, I didn't decide this on a whim. After reflecting on all we've been through, I realized it was the only answer.
With this, both my brother and I have worthy successors. He would have been proud.
That head is dead. He's passed.
Of course you knew.
He's dead. That's so weird.
It's been 3 years since my brother left us.
It cannot be. The head of reason is no longer with us.
Oh, tragic tidings.
I didn't want to believe it.
I'm sorry I never told you. We wanted the people to rest easy until our successor could be chosen. Planning the right was my brother's final duty. He was determined for it to serve the nation's best interests, and labored nigh without cease. And then he died, forcing me to do the actual work. A sneaky bastard. But he did well. I have to give him that. The outcome speaks for itself. Though not quite to the original script, your new Dawn Servant rises. May they shine resplendent, and their rule bring light ever greater to Tuliolo.
Oh. Lamont was brilliant up there, wasn't she? The part with the second promise was surprising. But between the two of them, I dare say our new Dawn servants will be capable of anything. The future of Totoro was bright indeed. Earlier in Yokotaro.
Change is in the air, and it's all because of our little firebrand. Every Ilmer father's daughter, that one. I'll be watching where you steer this nation, lass. With what time I've got left.
Oh no. Oh. Oh. Dawn Trail orchestration. Ever greater, ever brighter. Lamont has truly come into her own, has she not? Indeed, even as she moved, the people with her heartfelt words, she retained her characteristics spontaneously, as evidenced by her nomination of Koana as fellow Dawn Servant. As sudden as it was, I would like to believe she gave it all due consideration. She could do far worse. Koana completed every feat except the last, and that he only forfeited to help Lamont secure victory. I look forward to seeing how Torlio will prosper under their care. Everyone, thank you for coming. I can see you all perfectly from up there. That was an impressive speech, Dawn Servant. I told you, no titles. Better get used to it. Besides, after everything we've been through together, you're nothing less than family. So like my family does, I'd like you to call me Latimi. Try to pronounce it correctly. Oh, don't worry about that. However you say it, I know it'll be with love. If we do mispronounce it, please correct us. But it would be my honor to call you Lamio. Mine as well. But you consider us your Erorzian cousins, if such a notion appeals to you. Erorzian cousins. It's a little embarrassing, but not in a bad way. There's still lots I'd like to say, but I need to make my rounds first. I want to thank my supporters who are visiting for the occasion. Could you wait for me here? Of course, we'll keep ourselves entertained. That said, would you join me, Ron? Wonderful. Come and meet me outside the winged walk, then. Now we can get the why we hunt. Okay. Like I said, I'm just gonna do all this later. We've got a few months, quite a few months, I think, before patch 9.1 comes out. I mean 7.1. How did I say 9? Ready? Let's go. Our first stop is Aunt Till's Tacos. And not just for a snack, I promise. Walkabout and Mablu be there. Can we just drop? What if we just drop? Woo! Now we're running on rooftops. Yay. Nice. Bond Servant Walk Lamont. Words cannot well express the profound joy your ascension has brought me. No need for formalities. I'm still the same old me. Alright then, I shall forgo formalities. Ah, but I cannot. You are Dawn Servant. Too disrespectful it is to address you without your due title. As Dawn Servant, I'm ordering you not to bother with formalities. Alright then, I won't bother anymore. Could more easily converse with a trunk. I could more easily converse with a drunken alpaca. Thank you for helping Walk Lamont become Dawn Servant, Ronald. Political opinions in our community may have been divided, but a Dawn Servant's ascension presents us all with a prime opportunity, which is why I've convinced everyone to participate in a competitive sales campaign. A wonderful plan, no? My first big undertaking as a merchant. I do like the sound of a sale, as long as I'm not persuaded to buy too much. It's so good to see you all again. I wanted to personally thank each of you for your help. Feats of Reed and the Feats of Gold were my first true tests as a claimant. If not for your guidance, I would have failed the rite of succession before I fully understood its importance. Now that you've given me a taste for celebrating culture, I can't wait to see what else Totoro has to offer. And X-Tyrol, for instance. As always, you must observe proper etiquette. I would be happy to offer my services as a tutor, should you desire them. I can think of no better instructor. I'll be sure to bring Koana as well. Your duties as Dawn Servant will be plentiful, but don't forget your promise to attend Ayahana next season. Of course, I wouldn't miss it. When I made a name for myself as a merchant, I'll come by the palace and tell you all about my biggest sales. I look forward to it. I've been personally attending to your alpaca's care. Then we hope to see you at your ranch again. And tell my fluffy spit-filled friend that Buck Lamont will visit soon. Anyway, you'll have to excuse us. Oh, you haven't seen Bonchitane around here, have you? Tall, slim fellow with long, pointy ears. I saw a man matching that description by the weapons dealer in Bayside Baby, in the company of a moblin and a pair of yokoi, if I remember correctly. Yeah, baby. Got it. Enjoy the festivities, everyone. And the tacos. We're never gonna have a taco, are we? Well, yeah, we haven't had a taco yet. Can we just have one taco? Okay. Ah, the people. Dawn Serpent. Ron Hood, you honor us with your presence. Thank you for coming, everyone. I know the journey to Troiliol isn't a short one. Yeah, long road worth the travel to congratulate new Dawn Servants. To hear the head of reason had passed brings me sorrow, but we who remember him will ensure he lives on. May the accolades of this day be as offerings to the future he envisioned. The High Luminary and I attend on behalf of Warlord's Echo. Had our people come in masses, we would have been an obstruction. Nonsense. You're always welcome, all of you. This is your city as much as anyone's. I'm glad to see you hale and whole, Ronald. Though I know little of the particulars, I can only imagine your latest adventure has been long and colorful, beginning with a near shipwreck, if you'll remember. Yet here we stand, celebrating the ascension of your claimant. When my journey began, I thought only of preserving the peace that my father worked so hard to create. But the feat of paths, the feat of proof, and the feat of ice showed me that peace is not simply the absence of war. Being able to live together in safety and happiness, that was what my father envisioned for this nation. That's totally all I want for you all. So I promise you this as Dawn Servant. I will do everything I can to bring that same happiness to the bandits in Kuzamaruka and the Yokoi of Chihuahua Salter. I won't forsake them. As I was moved by your father's influence, so too may the Chihuahua come to accept your peace. Their beliefs have stood for a millennium, while not easily shifted, neither are they immutable. Well, I can be dirty determined. They'll come around eventually, mark my words. I can vouch for to have such determination. Thanks to the Moblin's hospitality, I've been able to rediscover the joy of my craft and honor my father's legacy. Now that good living is secure, the village overflows with field smiles. Such cooperation between help hands and potsworth is the very spirit of a healthy pod pack. A partnership like yours is bound to be fruitful. I look forward to seeing the fantastic pieces you produce. There are some other people I'd like to see, so we should take our leave. Let's try to find Hamurak. The I believe I saw him on the sands below. The gleam sands. Thank you. Enjoy your time in the city, and remember, this will always be your home too. My, you honor us with a personal visit, Dawn Servant. Congratulations upon your ascension. No, none of that. My title may have changed, but I am still just Lamont. More than just, I'd say. You have grown into a leader fit for this nation. Your father must be proud. I hope so, but big events like this makes me wonder, what my birth parents might say if they knew. I imagine they would say it fills their hearts with joy to see the strong, compassionate woman you have become. I owe you my thanks as well for fulfilling your promise to me. I told Bakul Jaja to stay with us, so we could all congratulate you in person, but he marched off muttering something about not being able to face you just yet. The boy needs purpose. Purpose beyond catering to the demands of others. He was always too obliged for his own good. I'm sure he'll find it in his own time, especially if he knows his family is there for him. That we are. By the by, have you seen Caloran anywhere? Tanaka? That is? Was it a strong name if a bit exotic? We called upon him before leaving Mamuk, but he wasn't at home. I don't recall seeing him at the ceremony either. The first promise was notably absent as well, though I assumed he required time to salve his injured pride. Everyone thought he'd be the one to succeed, Papa. My victory must have come as quite a shock to him. As for Taiwan, I'm sure he's around here somewhere, or ready to appear when you least expect him. We best be going, but relax and enjoy. Relax, enjoy, and make yourselves at home. And come and visit us anytime. Alright, I think I found everyone I could. Let's return to the others in the wing walk. Welcome back. I hope you didn't rush on our account.
Seen everyone you wanted to see?
I have. Sorry for keeping you all. Now, there's just one last matter. What Kona spoke to you about.
Huh?
I'm sure he made it abundantly clear, but I'm completely serious.
We can't do that, and you...
I want you to stay in Tulihiola with me.
What the... What? I can't just stay here.
I'm not forcing you, of course, but should you wish it, you'll always have a place here. Ah, that's right. This is for you. A permit granting passage to Shatural, which, as I recall, you've yet to see.
The other half of the continent.
An adventurer like you could hardly resist, no?
No. Of course not.
I can't believe our journey is over already. You accepted me as a comrade and stood with me to the end. You have my eternal gratitude. Thank you. Well, I had better get going. I need to start learning all my official Dawn Servant duties. I'll be sure to share what my old man says about the Golden City too, once he tells me. Till then, feel free to pass the time as you like.
For now, I will remain in Tural. There's someone I'd like to see before returning to Sharlayan.
What about the rest of you?
Alize and I also intend to remain a while longer. As educational as this experience has been thus far, we feel there are even more lessons to be had for Garlemald. By hearing about the peace your father facilitated, and then seeing you reforge relations with Mamuk, we were reminded of a profound truth. That is, acceptance begins with understanding.
And, like you demonstrated throughout the rite, there are unexpected yet effective ways for two sides to understand each other. The question is how to encourage it, and by seeing more of this nation born of unity, we hope to find some hints.
Personally, I can hardly wait to learn more about the City of Gold. So, if I may, I'd like to stay in Tula Yolal as well.
By all means, your rooms are at your disposal for as long as you need them.
And what of you? Thinking of touring Shaktural, perhaps?
That's the plan. Does that mean I'm done with the politics?
Of course. You're hardly the type to leave half a continent unexplored.
Oh, we gotta explore all of it.
Then perhaps we could travel together? The person I intend to meet is my mentor, so I'll be visiting my hometown in Shaktural. If you have no particular destination in mind, I'd be happy to guide you en route.
Then it's farewell for now. Take care, all of you.
When you're ready, come and meet me at the Shaktural Skygate.
That's what made me think of Chrono Trigger and Zeal. I just remembered the Skygate.
We're friends to the end, you hear me? Friends to the end!
So now it ends. Finally, an actual... I can go and be an adventurer and not worry about, like, anything else. I can go explore in my own terms. And do what I want. Like, jump off... and, like, jump off rocks and stuff. I want timber. Oh my gosh. What the? Yeah, I think though this might be the end of the level 95 questline. So let's do this. Let's go. Past these gates and over the bridge lies Extral. You have your permit. Yes, packed and ready. No last minute stops to make before we leave. Forgive me, I'm afraid traveling with our new Dawn servant may have scarred me for life. Yeah, I understand that. Meanwhile, in the depths of the sky deep canyon. I would not open that door. Well, who knows what's beyond it? This is the gate to the Golden City. 2 decades ago, your father bade me transcribe a letter to a scholar across the salt, petitioning the study of it. What he discovered was something the Dawn Servant feared enough to seal away forever. Or so we thought until the right's objective became the City of Gold. But to think that Tanqua would be entrusted with its safekeeping, had I known that doddering old fool carried a set of keystones, we might have spared ourselves those tiresome feats. And you would have described you. Great power sleeps here, and with it you shall attain your birthright. So you say, yet the new Dawn Servants succeeded where I could not. Taking the throne will be no easy task. The Brazilian son underestimates his own potential. There is no need for worry. I have liberated the key for the Dawn Servant's vault. You alone have the means to unlock the gate. You will gain all you were denied, the right, your father's shade. These bitter memories shall soon be forgotten. Seize your future promise. Open the gate and become the ruler you are destined to be. You would bring an end to it. It's working. Is some there? Can you hear me? Last. Who's there? Show yourself. If only I could. Alas, this gate will not open for me. Only the key in your possession can connect us. Are you willing to do it? Then you are the guardians of the city's great power? I do not claim this power is great, but the knowledge I possess is enough to realize any desire to remake worlds. Is that so? Fascinating. Name your price then, for my desire is the world itself. Yes, yes, the Brazilian sun rises. Together we shall create a nation worthy of our rule. That's why. The useless tool is cast aside. Deliver me a new world, one that bends to my will. As you wish, but in exchange. Woo! So now we have the song. Oh, more 95. Okay.